Welcome to the moment you've all been waiting for, step 17. Following step 16, which you sanded all your parts. So we have your parts, 4 part A's, the long ones, 4 part B's, and 2 tops, seat tops, and 2 braces. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to jig one, and you're going to make sure that you have the 4 pieces of dowel, which are should be 40 millimeters, and it's 3/4 inch dowels. You're going to have 6 spacers, plastic spacers, and you're going to have 1 dowel that's 3/4 inches diameter by 180 millimeters. And you're going to want to then use the schematic to assemble the parts together and follow along like so. So what we're going to do is we are going to take use the diagram like so, and this is depending on how you look at the diagram. We're going to put a piece of dowel and a washer in here and over here, and the long one's going to go in there, and we're going to do another one over here, and so on. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I've got I slide that into like so. I take slide it in like so, put a washer in like that. Take my part B, make sure that the bevel on this one is down. So the bevel is like so. Put that over in that place there. Slide it through the hole. Then I'm going to put that one down momentarily. And then we are going to grab another one like so, and we're going to take our other leg, making sure that the bevel is up, so the bevel's facing you. Slide it, make sure that you put a spacer in, like so. Slide that in, put that one aside for a second. Actually, I guess we can keep going with this, and then we're going to take another spacer with the long 180 millimeter dowel, plug it in like so, push it in, I guess actually that is not correct. You don't need a dowel, we don't need a dowel in there. That back like so, and actually that is true. We are going to put the 3/4 inch dowel through like so, put the washer in and slide it in like that. Slide the next part B. Sometimes you can be a little bit stiff. If this happens, you should sand the dowel down so it's not so snug. And then we put another washer in. Then we're going to mimic the other one. So again, the bevel sides inside part A is up. And we want to make sure that this is pushed in like so. This can be a bit frustrating, this process, as you can see. Take another dowel pin like that, slide it in, and make sure that our bevel this time is facing down. Slide that in. You might notice as well that we have these drilled holes. This is from another demo. You'll get to that later, so don't panic. And finally, you're going to take your last pin, put it in like so, thread it through till it bottoms out, push it in, and then you can take this assembly and you would pick the assembly up and you would put it in place like my other example here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take one of your seat tops and you are going to bring it up to the edge of the leading edge. So we've got an edge over here. And in my case here, I'm going to use a spacer on the, like so. So I bring this up here, making sure that that edge is over there. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to confirm that, this is an important step, that my distance, push that back just a slight bit, my distance here is equal, so you might have a little hard time seeing this, but my leading edge right here is 37 from this point over to here, and then I come over and I bring this over like that, and I can notice that it's 37 as well. So that's in a good place. Now one thing I neglected to tell you is, what you want to do is, you'll notice that on this demonstration I have a temporary spacer in here, a temporary spacer here. Everywhere it says temporary spacer, you're going to slide in one of these temporary washers into these spots here, 6 spots, and make sure that it is, you can see that all of these lines here are all the same gap. Then once you have that in place, you can bring in these cushions like so, and you're going to tighten them up and you're going to snug them in place, not too tight. Make sure everything's snug. You'll notice that everything is tight against the back edge. There's no gap along here, and everything's in place. And in our case here, I've used a shim, which is a spacer, fancy word for spacer, to bring this little area out, so I have the same gap here as I do over here. And depending on your length of your seat top, you might have to use a different cardboard shims. And we'll see you at the next step.